Hey, I'm Teresa King, and I'm going to discuss questions 1 and 2 for our group regarding the Chase Sapphire case study. So, the Chase Sapphire Reserve card targets the younger, emerging, affluent customer. It offers the customers an unparalleled mix of strong travel rewards, premium travel redemptions, and exceptional customer service. The targeted segment perceives value in this flexible product that allows them to set their own rules by easily redeeming points via ultimate rewards. The redemption of points results in the accumulation of experiences, what they can do, which they find more desirable than what they can buy. The benefits of having this card far outweigh the higher annual fee in the customer's mind, thus creating value. Moving on to question 2, Chase Sapphire Reserve acquires customers successfully by first being aligned with what the target segment wants. Recognition that this demographic was savvy about credit card rewards, held little revolving debt, and loved to travel drove Chase Sapphire Reserve to position their product as a hip, somewhat exclusive rewards club. Chase Sapphire Reserve initially offered an unprecedented 100,000 point sign-on bonus among other perks. They also capitalized on their target segment's use of social media. Creating the right product and positioning it correctly in the customer's mind in comparison to the competitors allowed Chase Sapphire Reserve to acquire customers at an incredibly faster rate than they had forecasted, exceeding their 12-month sales target in 2 weeks. Although the rate of acquisition during the initial launch period is likely not sustainable, the program itself can certainly be sustained as long as Chase continues to create equity around what Chase Sapphire Reserve represents and delivers on the customer's expectations. That will be discussed further in the following questions. Going forward, Chase Sapphire Reserve could do market research into what other services they could offer their customers while still maintaining all the rewards they currently have. They could consider decreasing the yearly fee once the initial cost of the launch has been recouped. Finally, another option is evaluating other market segments to see if there's some cross-sectional appeal of the program, while being careful not to cannibalize on other cards in the Chase portfolio. Thank you.
Hey y'all, my name is Sydney Zimmerman and I am in group 1 with Taylor, Gabe, and Teresa. And for case study 1, I had questions 3 and 6 for this project. And for question 3, it says, how successful will CSR be at retaining their customers into their second year? Why? And what would you suggest that they do to improve their customer retention strategy? I said in order for Chase Sapphire Reserve, also known as CSV, to be successful at retaining their customers into their second year, they must continue to provide value and exceptional benefits that they will justify the high annual fee for their card. Nobody wants to pay a high annual fee for a credit card unless there's a lot of benefits going with it. CSV will have a success of customer retention, but that will depend on how they meet their needs and preferences of their target audience. Overall, it seems that their customer retention strategy will be the factor for their continuous delivery of value, personalized experiences, effective communication, and exclusive perks. CSR should also focus on 5 recommendations which will be needed to improve their customer retention strategy. These 5 recommendations involved enhancing benefits, personalization, communication, retention offers, and exclusive invitations. For enhancing benefits, they should improve benefits such as rewards, perks, travel benefits, premium customer service, and increased rewards rates will motivate customers to stay. For personalization, I think that they should offer customized rewards, customized offers based on customer spending by using data analytics, which can make a more personable experience for the customer and making them want to stay with that card company. For communications, customers are more likely to stay when they're informed about changes, benefits, and promotions to build trust and loyalty, which will then create a strong customer relationship. For retention offers, CSR can also offer targeted incentives such as more rewards, fee waivers, and bonus points, which will make customers want to stay with the card company. If they're thinking about canceling, they might change their mind if the company waived fees and things like that. For exclusive invitations, the company can offer exclusive access to events, lounges, and services, which will enhance loyalty to customers. For question 6, I had going forward, would you manage the Chase Sapphire brand and product portfolio of its 3 credit cards? To that, I said in conclusion, managing the Chase Sapphire brand and product portfolio would involve balancing market demand, customer preferences, and competitive positioning, regularly assessing customer feedback, market trends, and using customer segmentation, along with premium experiences, which will make customers lean towards a certain decision and maintain relevance and appeal to the company. But yeah, that's all I had. Thank y'all.
Hi, I'm Taylor Beatty. So in terms of thinking about how the Chase Sapphire team can best design its card in order to keep the 3 groups involved in credit card transactions, such as the dormants, the transactors, and the revolvers, I feel like it's important to think about each group in both their entirety and separate. So when you're thinking about dormants, they typically only get the card for the sign-on bonus, and so they don't typically renew with that. You want to the company, the Chase Sapphire team should be thinking about ways in which they can entice the customer with either an additional bonus or a very targeted renewal promotion to entice that dormant customer that only initially signed up for the initial sign-on bonus, to entice them to renew again at the $450 annual fee, and they have to make sure it is also worth it. Whereas with transactors and revolvers, the best thing to do with them is with transactors is okay, how do you entice them to spend more? Do you give them more benefits? Do you say, okay, here's more cash back the more you spend? Because with transactors, they don't carry that balance, so you're not really making any additional money off of them. Yes, they're utilizing the card and they're gaining the benefits, but for the company itself, they need to think about how do we entice them to spend more so that they do carry that balance, so that they are gaining that interest and the bank is making money off of them. Whereas with revolvers, obviously they're already carrying that balance, but to entice them to keep using that card, it merely is a game of keeping the interest rates low, just so they don't feel they're drowning every month in credit card debt, because at the end of the day, the target customer is the younger, affluent millennial that Chase is that's who they're driving their brand to, and they're not flashy, they're not overspending. A lot of them are struggling with student loan debt and the ability, they want to be able to own houses. They are looking for ways, they are trying to be financially savvy, unlike generations before them that prioritize the material things. With millennials and the young, affluent, emerging customer they are targeting, they are focusing on experiences. So if they're going to spend the money, what are they getting out of it?
Hello, I'm Gabe, and I'm presenting question number 5 for our group CSR case study. So let's talk about our response to the CSR Reserve Card and how we might counter if we were competing against CSR. So first and foremost, we would have to offer competitive rewards. We would have to amplify the value of our rewards program by offering more points per dollar and ensure that these points unlock more value, surpassing CSR's current proposition. Secondly, we would have to introduce unique benefits to set ourselves apart. We'll probably roll out wellness rewards, enhanced protection services, which is areas where CSR hasn't ventured yet. And we're probably catering to the health conscious and security minded consumer other than the affluent young spender. We would have to leverage our pricing because competitive pricing is key, and we will need to attract CSR's cost sensitive segment by setting a lower annual fee while maintaining the rewards caliber offered. And we will also probably customize offerings. So we would personalize our card using data analytics to give rewards to people based on the user spending habits. So how should CSR position if it was finding itself against a company like the one I just mentioned? So they would have to emphasize their superior value. They have a unique value of its card, and they should highlight their exclusive access top tier travel rewards and unmatched flexibility in rewards redemption, and they should continue to innovate. They should always be pushing forward their features and making fresh features or partnerships by keeping their offerings at the cutting edge of the market. And they should also have pricing flexibility. They should remain agile with their pricing strategy and ready to adjust fees whenever the market deems necessary. They should also broaden their brand appeal. They should widen its reach beyond the younger affluent demographic, targeting new customer segments while still trying to uphold that prestige of their brand. So in conclusion, as the market adapts and innovates, CSR must always try to stay ahead so that other companies don't take value away from its brand.